this a little bit better. All right, we don't have any. Oh, you already have somebody in yours.
Close.
Yeah, close. Hi.
Hey, this is Roman from My Life with Autism.
And I'm Roman's mom. My name is Heather. My YouTube station is Strings and Threads. And something people might not know about Roman is that he's a giant. Tell people how tall you are.
I'm about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit taller than that. Yep, you're a giant. You must be a giant. Roman told me before we started that he's a little bit nervous, so don't be too hard on him. So, oh, you have two people on yours. We have some questions that people have sent in, some predetermined questions, but if you have any questions yourself, feel free. Oh, there's Sunshine. Hi, Sunshine. All right, so we have your questions written down, and since you're on, we will start with your questions. So the first question, Roman, ready? It's, do you like animals or have any pets?
I do not have any pets, and I do not like animals because I said I couldn't tell whether they were friendly or not by looking at their face.
Do you want to ask, I think Sunshine might be on with her son. Do you want to ask him if he likes animals or has pets?
You like animals or have pets?
Sometimes it takes a minute. Oh, we have 3 on. Hi, welcome. Oh, I got 1. Well, I'll ask the second question a while. We have, oh, I don't right now, but I like big dogs. My name is Jake. Hi, Jake. I'm glad you could join us. Hi, Denise. So good to see you. I have your questions here too. Now that I know you're on, we can ask your questions as well. Thank you guys so much for entering your questions ahead of time. I think this has really been good. Roman and I have been talking about them, and he's had a chance to think about how he wants to answer them. But if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask them. So the next question is it hard for you to ride in vehicles and on the bus?
I never had a problem with that.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. We drove, we went on vacation last year and drove, what is it, a 10-hour drive?
Yeah, 9 to 10. I had no problem whatsoever.
What things help you relax?
Video games, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a pretty typical teenager. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Do you game, and what is your favorite game?
I do game. My favorite video game is Minecraft, and my favorite board game is Terraforming Mars.
Okay. Did you want to ask anybody if they game too? On video games, yeah.
Nice.
That seems to be a popular thing, right?
Yes. And as far as I'm concerned, Minecraft is most popular right now
For you or in the world?
in the world.
In the world, okay. Well, why don't you ask Jake, see if that's his favorite too.
Is that your favorite as well?
So what made you really excited about Minecraft again? You actually had a reason, right? Because you played it before And then you didn't play it for a while. What made you excited about it? Let's see if I have my game. Minecraft is my favorite. Oh, there you go. There's another one. Well, you tell them what made you really excited about Minecraft again.
Well, what made me real excited about it again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can say
Yeah,
that.
is that I got Minecraft on Java Edition, and that made me more into it.
And then who else got it on Java Edition?
My brother and my dad also got it.
And then what did Dad do?
And then Dad created a world with us. And we oftentimes play when Dad's playing. We're on our own for fun.
But you don't go in his world unless he's there, right?
You can't.
You can't. So that got you a little bit more excited about it.
Yes.
Because you were playing, what, there was a space game that you were playing a lot? Haha, our house too. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of fun for you guys to play with Dad, right? Sometimes our whole dinner conversations revolve around Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
I have played too, but I'm not currently playing with them in their world. So I can know what they're talking about, but I'm not a part of that. I've been too busy with crocheting projects. So, all right, we have here, what are your favorite foods? Hi, Jenna. Oh my gosh, Jenna's on. Hi. So, okay, I'm sorry. The question was, what are your favorite foods?
My favorite foods are candy and watermelon.
Sweet tooth. What is your favorite subject at school?
My favorite subject is math. I've always been really into learning it.
Yeah, he honestly has. He knew all his times tables before he went to preschool. He could read a manual clock before he went to preschool. When he went to preschool, the preschool teacher said, I have never, she had been there over 20 years. She said, never in my 20 plus years have I had a preschooler that could read a clock. So I don't know what it is. Your mind is just very math oriented. So you're in 9th grade this year.
Yes.
Tell them what you took 2 math classes this year, right? You doubled up.
Yes.
So
in the
tell them-
fall, I took Honors Algebra 2, and now I'm taking Honors Geometry.
Jenna said that's awesome. It is awesome. He's probably already ahead of where I was in school for math my senior year.
Oh, and I learn for fun over the summers.
You do. Wow, that's fantastic. Jake loves history, but math is not anything he can even do. Oh, but that's awesome that he loves history. I think everybody has their strong points. Someone said, I knew he'd say math. Yep. What jobs are you interested in doing as an adult?
I would like to be an actuary when I'm an adult.
So when he told me he wanted to be an actuary, I actually didn't know what that was. So maybe there might be other people who don't know what that is either.
When it's a job that goes into data and risk, like, for example, calculating the costs, that should be for an insurance company. Problems that haven't been solved, really. And it's all numbers.
So I think the gist of it is, and I see other people are saying they didn't know it, so I don't feel as dumb because I'm not the only one who didn't know what that was. So basically you would work for like an insurance company or
The government.
the
even.
government, and you would have to calculate like certain risk factors into how much you would charge for like insurance. So say it was insurance, car insurance, you would look at like their age and this risk factor and this risk factor, and then you'd calculate what their insurance rates should be. You know, I guess it works that way for life insurance too. And so, hi, Kai is here. So thank you, Sunshine. Those were awesome questions. What do you think? Do you think they're good questions?
Yes.
What a great job that would be for you since you love math. That's what Sunshine said. It is. And I'm impressed that he found that out. He came home from 5th grade and he said, we do that at my job. It's our risk selection team. Awesome. Maybe you could work for Jenna. Do you think they'd hire a 14, almost 15-year-old?
I wouldn't have time to work.
I know. You actually have a ton of homework because you're taking honors geometry, honors biology,
Oh, yeah.
English, and health.
Health and geometry are the lowest two on homework that give homework.
Yeah.
English and biology
never
give
know.
lots of homework.
Yes. He and Roman was on the bowling team this year. Now the season is over, but during the season, so there were times where he would have bowling until like 5 or 6, and then he'd be up till like 10, 11 doing homework, you know. And so, yeah, it's a busy.
Yeah, I usually cut it off at 10, even if I have more homework.
Well, I can't complain because you do very well at school.
I'm like, nah, I'll do it in the morning, first thing at school. And usually I do it later in class.
Sneaky boy. But I don't think you could do that for everything.
Yeah.
You probably are mostly done by 10 o'clock if you're not all the way.
Yeah, I'm close. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm tired.
Yeah. So this isn't somebody's specific question. Hi, Heather and Roman. Hi, Darla. Yay. All my friends are coming on. Yay. This isn't a question that somebody asked, but that just kind of made me think. A lot of kids your age like to start staying up late, and you do that sometimes on the weekends, but how do you feel about having a bedtime on school nights?
Yeah, I actually think that going to bed at a certain time is very good for considering you need sleep. And yes, 6 o'clock kills everyone, even if you slept 12 hours.
6 a.m.
Or 6 a.m. kills you. Because a past teacher told me that it's not how long, it's when you wake up.
So
And 6 a.m. is, but 8 a.m. is a lot better.
yeah, I would love to sleep till 8 a.m. every
Sometimes
day.
I've slept till noon before.
But during the week, what time would you go to bed, even if I don't say anything about bedtime? If you didn't have homework.
I would go to bed at 8 p.m. and still be tired in the morning. Takes me 20 plus minutes to get out of bed.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was 14 and 15, I wouldn't have wanted to go to bed at 8. But you're very kind of strict about making sure you go to bed at a good time and get enough sleep.
Yeah, even when I stay up late, I'm just as tired or almost, or a little more, but it's still good. I actually, and considering I now have later lunch, this is off, but I get up
okay.
later and eat my breakfast later at like 6:45 versus 6:15, so I can last another 30 minutes in my classes.
I told you can take a snack to school.
See what I'm doing?
No, I don't see what you're doing.
Like how I delay eating breakfast and getting up.
Oh.
Because if I ate like right away, I would be super starving, like the last 5 minutes of class, which I sometimes am.
Yeah, that
But
happens.
at 6:45, you can survive it at least, barely.
You can take a snack to school. I don't know.
And hopefully
Who listens to moms?
And hopefully no one sees it.
I don't think you get in trouble for that. You took one to school last year. Remember? All right. Well, we have 3 questions from Denise. And if anybody wants to say anything like in the interim, please feel free. Just because we had some of these ahead of time doesn't mean we wouldn't take, questions on the spot. So feel free to chime in. All right, so Denise asked, how was it growing up?
It was good growing up. My parents loved me, and or still love me, and got me everything I needed.
So what do you mean by got me everything I needed?
Like, what I needed to, like, my needs for the moment, not my wants, even though I really didn't want anything.
Well, yeah, because you never really played with toys, did you?
Yeah,
So you weren't a kid that wanted all the toys, and
yeah,
you wanted space books when you were little because you were
Yeah.
obsessed with space.
yes.
Still are.
Nowadays, when I learn about space, I watch a video
Yeah.
because they're much easier. And also, I didn't buy much because I wanted to save economically for my future.
You're very, very wise beyond your years, honestly. There are a lot of adults that struggle with that. They get some money and they want to spend it right away, but you're just not like that. Even as a kid, you were always thinking of your future.
Yes.
Like, I might need this later. When did you know that you had autism?
Like around 4th grade, and I even presented to my whole class that I had it.
How did that go? Like, what kind of things did you say to your class?
I don't remember since that was a long time ago.
Thank you. Denise said, yes, he is that great. Yes, you are. Okay, so there was a question here for me. What age was he tested? Well, he was tested after we already had kind of an inkling. So when Roman was a baby, he never talked, never wanted to play with toys. I mean, he was very smart. He would look at books. He wanted to learn how to read. He wanted to learn how to do math, all of
And
those kind of
walk.
things. And walk. Yeah, you were an early walker. I think you were like walking
8
at
months
8
old,
months.
I was walking.
Yeah, well, you always wanted to be independent, always. But since he was taking so long to talk, we went ahead and we had him tested through our IU. I think IU stands for intervention unit. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but we had him tested not for autism, but just tested to see if he would qualify for speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy. And they came in, they ran a slew of tests, and they said he could qualify for speech therapy and for occupational therapy. So he had those right away at an early age. And something I had worked before he was born, I had worked at a special needs school where most of the kids were autistic. So I knew like getting early help would be really helpful. So we did as much as we possibly could. And then when he went to school, it was pretty obvious that socially he wasn't where the other kids were. So in kindergarten, rather than just going to the doctor for a diagnosis, because the doctor is kind of like, oh, congratulations, he's autistic, there's no real follow through beyond that, at least where we are. We went to Phil Haven Center for Autism, which is in our area, and I called them. And did you know all this? I think you did, yeah. And they put us on a wait list, and there was a year wait list to get a diagnosis. But at the time I wasn't working, I was at home with my kids, so they said, we can put you on call, and if somebody has a last minute cancellation, we can fit you in. So I said, yeah, wasn't working at the time, so we could do that. Even though he was in school, I would just like pull him out of school for it, something like that. So about 6 months later, they called and they said, we have a an opening, an unexpected opening. So I took him in and they gave him the diagnosis and they set him up with a therapist. He went to the autism camp that summer, which really wasn't a good fit for him.
Yeah,
but
it almost made me go backwards. Almost.
But we learned better and we didn't do that the next year. But they did set us up with everything, even medical assistance, so that he could get all the therapies he needs. And he went to group therapy there, individual therapy. And just this year, he graduated. So he's not seen there anymore. They said that he's graduated the program. So, and then this year is also your first year without a one-on-one at school.
Yep, and I'm doing well.
You are. Your grades are great. I haven't heard anything from your teachers. So there haven't been...
Though I have a B in one of my classes.
That's not bad. Tell him a B is okay. You don't have... He said that it's going to be the end of the world if he doesn't graduate with a 4.0. Look at him. He's starting to cry. Congratulations. Tell him a B is okay. He's probably still going to...
Oh, yeah. It's also early in the semester. I'm in the quarter.
It's great. That's great to know. Thank you for your answers. A B is great. See? B's are wonderful. See? You're working really hard and you're doing the best that you can, and that's all that we can ask. So, a B is okay. See, look at that. 3 people told you already that it's good to have a B. It's not the end of the world if you get a B. I know that you're going for it. Absolutely nothing is wrong with a B. See? Oh, poor guy, he's getting upset. It's okay. Jake says you are amazing, and if he received a B, he dances. See, you should be dancing right now. Aw. Well, I'm curious. A C is good if you did your best. I agree. You need to do, if you're doing your best and you're trying really hard, which you're always doing. You're always doing that. I'm curious if Marina is on because she had some questions. If she's not, my grandson is 2 and does speak. He says a few words and they were told he is on the autism spectrum. So what would you say to Denise about her grandson who's 2 and not speaking a lot? You weren't speaking a lot at 2.
That it was just like I was.
Honors and AP classes are weighted differently, so he'll still probably graduate with higher than a 4.0.
I already calculate my GPA at all times.
That's a little obsessive, right?
Using what I call tallies to make things a lot easier. And a solid A would be plus 0 tallies and deviation from that. So, and I've always thought to myself, which is worse, missing an A by a little bit or an all A 3.9? What do you think? Or which would be more upsetting?
Neither should be upsetting. Both are amazing.
An all A 3.9. It's like that's actually sad though. It's like you did well, but you were 1 point short.
1 point short of what?
Like of a 4.0.
Do you think that you're not going to be successful in life unless
I'll
you get
still
a
be
4.
successful.
Okay, so you don't have to worry then. What would make life different if you had a 4.0 versus a 3.9? Maverick didn't start talking until almost 3 years old. After starting early intervention, we had him tested, but they say he's not on the spectrum, and some days I question it though. Well, you can always try a second opinion, Jenna, for that. You always need to be advocating for your kids. That's something that we we've had to constantly push, and there have been times in the school that the school wanted something that we knew wasn't the right thing for Roman, and so we had to push back. There was one when Roman was in third grade, his anxiety kicked into high gear, and he was having panic attacks at school. And the principal wanted to put him in the emotional support class, which I knew wasn't going to be the right fit for him. We were experimenting with medication, and it takes a while to find the right doses, the right things. So I talked to the school, and the school was kind of like, this is where we're heading. So we went to our therapist at the Center for Autism, and we invited her to his IEP meeting, and she came and she spoke to how it wasn't a good thing for him. And I also had to get the director of special services from the school district to come too. She went to that meeting. I invited like everybody that I could think of so we could gang up on them so we weren't ganged up on. And so ultimately they did not put him in that class. And then we found the right kind of anxiety medication, and life was much better for you after that, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary because you were so upset all the time, with your panic attacks. So I didn't see Marina say anything. I was curious if Marina was on. I'll give her a few more minutes. She's in a different time zone than us, and so she had left a message that it might be.
Which time zone is she in?
She's in California.
So she's 3 hours behind us. So it would be 6. We started at 6:28 plus 27 by
yes,
now.
it does.
So it would be 6:55 right now. And so for her it'd be 3:55.
Yeah, I think she was saying she was coming home. We had some questions from Jess too, and I don't know if Jess would be on. She said she had to work, but she would try to sneak on and watch, but she could probably be watching later too. So why don't we do Jess's questions first? Yeah. And we'll give Marina a little bit of time and see. So Jess asked, do you still play piano?
I haven't had much time to play piano, but I still know how to.
Yeah, you've been busy with homework and, bowling up until, I think this was the first week that you didn't have bowling, right?
Yes.
What is your favorite song to play?
Probably the Christmas songs that I played.
They're fun. Do you want to learn to crochet?
No.
He's not into art type things. That was your least favorite subject in school. Now you don't have to take it in the high school. They don't make you take it. You just had a sigh of relief.
And you can take languages instead.
Oh, yeah, you're good at languages. My goodness.
Yeah, I was hoping for A+, but I missed A+ by 1.
What, 99%?
I had a 97 on
Here we go with
Spanish.
the grades again. Are you upset by that?
I'm all right.
Okay. I think that's a pretty darn good grade.
I lost 3 whole tallies that semester, though.
Oh, no.
So,
okay, I should say,
Never mind.
all of this pressure is him putting it on himself. Please don't think that I'm giving him all that pressure to get 4.0 and that kind of stuff. That's all his pressure that he puts on himself. For the record, I'm very, very proud of you. And I think that you're doing great. Okay?
yeah.
You don't have to be so hard on yourself. All right. Well, let's try Marina's questions. She'll have to watch it on replay. So, how is school going this year?
Good. I just had one little incident with some bully. Well,
How long had he been bullying you?
Years.
Since what grade?
4th.
Since 4th grade. So what happened with him this year?
So, he was trying to go at me with roasting, and
Was there only one incident, or had he been doing
he'd
it?
been doing it the whole year, but this incident was major. So, I got the trivia correct in Spanish, and he said I cheated. I said, reminds me of what you did to your girlfriend.
He didn't have a comeback for that, huh?
Yep.
But then what happened after class?
But then he punched me.
Yeah, you guys left class and he punched you in the hallway, didn't he?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I told the nearest adult.
Hi, Heather and Roman. Hi. Hi, Jess. We just did your questions.
Yeah, so.
So you told the nearest adult. Roman was just saying that he had a bullying incident this year. There was a kid who has been bullying him since elementary school, and they were in one of the same classes, which is upsetting because the school guidance counselors in the middle school told the high school that the two of them should not be in class together, absolutely not be in class together. So it gets to the high school, and what happens? They're in class together.
Even in one, it can.
Well, yeah, and so Roman was got the trivia question right, and the kid said to him, "Oh, you're cheating," and you said, "Reminds me of what you did to your girlfriend." Hi. Somebody's saying hi to you.
Hey.
And then after class, they went out in the hallway to go to lunch, and the kid punched Roman. So he did get a punishment for that. He got 2 days of out-of-school suspension, which that wasn't the first time this year he got that. It really wasn't a punishment for him. Luckily, unrelated to Roman, he got caught. You want to tell?
With marijuana.
At school.
Finally, that rat is out of here.
So he's no longer in the school. Denise said, "I don't like bullying." We don't either. And look what it does. It's just not cool. Bullies are the worst. I'm dealing with it now with my oldest daughter, blah, but great comeback, Roman. Yes. Well, and I think the problem was when Roman was in elementary school and he was going through his anxiety and stuff, this kid saw him as weak, and Roman would cry whenever he would try to, he would say something to Roman to bully him. And the bully loved getting that reaction from Roman. You know, I guess he felt almighty and powerful because he could make an autistic kid cry.
Now he can't even do that.
But
what a loser.
Once Roman got to the middle school, you know, he didn't have that reaction anymore. He had learned a lot of coping skills. And so he had incidents in the middle school, like out in recess, where they're playing Foursquare and the kid would be trying to bully Roman and it wouldn't bother him, or he'd have comebacks. The kid threw a ball at Roman's head.
That was his friend.
Well, yeah, but he did it too later, didn't he?
He tried. I ducked under it and said, "Nice throw there."
Yeah. So
I should have said, "Nice throw, miss."
Oh yeah, bullies like that. I'm glad he's not there. We're glad he's not there too. Because I felt like when I got a call from the school later, they were trivializing it. And I have felt that all along with when they've had, "You are powerful, I have autism and a YouTube channel, but my viewers don't even know." Too scared? Oh, that's a shame. You shouldn't be ashamed or scared of who you are. You know, you should be proud of who you are and, you know, be able to tell everybody your story. I think that's what gives you more power, is telling your story. And I know that these stories still upset Roman. You can see that some of the things get upset. Bentley gets bullied all the time because of his weight. Bullies are the worst. Oh, yes.
High or low? What is it?
Oh, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
He's getting bullied for whatever the weight is. It doesn't matter if it's high or low. It's not cool either way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have felt all along like the school was trivializing the bullying you know, they give a punishment, but it's not any kind of punishment that's meaningful. And when the school called after the punching, I just felt like they were trivializing it. But I think at that point, because he was out of school like a week after that, right? I think at that point they maybe already had an inkling that he wasn't going to be coming back to school. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second question from Marina here is, what do you enjoy doing for fun?
Basketball, hanging out with my brother.
As time
That's
goes
so
on,
true.
schools don't care.
I hang.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's less that they can do. I think that's part of the problem.
The proper punishment
I
for
don't think
a
they're hard enough on bullying. I agree.
the
I agree.
proper punishment.
Oh no,
for a
let's not get
punch.
into this. Please,
Mom says it's too cruel.
go ahead and tell them because now you brought it up, but it's a little bit extreme. All right, go ahead and tell them since you brought it up, and then we'll get other questions in.
Because I say the proper punishment for a punch is to tie the bully to the wall, let everyone go by and punch him as much as they want,
They would never do that.
and then they call an assembly. Well, maybe not this, but I was thinking like if they called an assembly to watch someone feed him, and then
That's right,
everyone
my
laughing
brother's
at
5.
him,
He has a hard time understanding autism.
and then
Yeah.
it's kind of extreme. Yeah. Tying him in.
So Joseph said that his brother's 5 and his brother doesn't understand autism. Is that hard? I think for younger kids, they don't understand if someone's a little different. They might not understand, but I bet your brother will, over time, you know, learn more about it and maybe have a better understanding. Roman and his brother are close in age, so I think that to Odin, his younger brother, this is just always the way Roman is. So it hasn't been you've always played together. In fact, when you were young, you never played with toys or anything. You didn't really know what to do with them.
Yeah.
But Odin used to tell you how to play with toys.
Yeah.
He would say, look, here's the little dude. This little dude does this, and you're going to be this one, and this one does this. And sometimes you'd play along, and sometimes you're like, I don't understand why I'm doing this. But I think that he helped you. I also have a sister who is 10. Okay. Is your sister a little bit more understanding? So, but Odin, I think, there are times where he gets upset. Yes, she is. Okay. So I think that the older that your siblings get, the more they'll have an understanding of what is going on, that kind of thing. So it's funny, I feel like I'm so short, but we said this in the very beginning. I think there was only one person logged on. This guy is a giant.
Jeez, Mom.
I
You're
feel
just
so short.
short.
I'm not short. I'm 5'8", 5'7". Are you the one who likes Legos? No, that's the
My
younger
brother.
one. That's Odin. Yeah, you played a little bit with Legos.
Yeah.
But not. You weren't really big into it. So, but Roman is a little bit over 6 feet. So anyway, that's why he's big, because he is big. So the second question was, what do you enjoy doing for fun?
For fun, I play basketball sometimes. I play with my brother, and I bowl.
Yeah, that's true. We have a nice area to play basketball here at our house, so it's just easy to go out there. So the third question, these are from Marina, so I don't know if Marina's on, but Marina, if you're not, you'll have to watch it back. Do you hang out with your brother?
Oh, of course I do. He's my best friend.
I think that's true, right? He probably understands you better than anyone else too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of your mom's crochet?
It's good. I also like the fact that she gives me stuff from her crocheting patterns, like blankets and this frog that was on one of Mom's shorts.
No, I don't think. Oh, I did make a short of the frog. That's right.
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
I have a video tutorial of making that frog too, if you look in my playlist for video tutorials. But yeah, I made your brother one of those too. His is, Odin's frog is worn out. You took a little bit better care of your frog.
Yeah.
Because it got lots of hugs.
Yeah.
Do you do any crafting?
Only in Minecraft.
Love the frog. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I only craft in Minecraft.
Hi, Heather and Roman. I'm watching with Joseph. I figured that was the Joseph that was on. Good to see you, Alicia. I don't think I've seen you since we were kids. So we have, does the frog have a name? That's a good question. Darla asked if
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't really name your stuff. You had a favorite bear growing up.
I never
There's my
named
son.
him.
Loves Minecraft too. Yeah, Minecraft's a big one.
Yeah, especially in the moment. It's also every other popular game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a very popular game.
Before it was Among Us and then Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Probably for the next year.
Oh, are you gonna project? You're gonna use your math calculations to figure out?
Yeah, it's hard to project what the most popular game will be.
It's been popular for a long time though, so
Yeah,
it's probably
since
pretty
it
good.
released.
Yeah,
It
so
was.
it's had years and years and years. So
Yeah, mom, my whole family plays it. Even maybe mom not so much.
I have played Minecraft. Here, I have played Minecraft, but I don't play it the same way they do. I've just kind of gone in creative mode just to build things because that's what I like to do. I like to make things.
My dad builds in survival.
Yeah, well, you guys have a nice little world going.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to, excuse us, I don't have time to go in there and do that now. I choose to do other things. So I think somebody else asked this question, but you can answer it again too. Did you ever try crocheting or knitting?
I did not.
I guess the other question was, would you want to learn it? That's what the other question was. And you said, nah, not really. It's not your thing. You're not really like artsy, or you're more like black and white. There's a right answer for everything.
Yes.
You know, so when you did take art class, some of your artwork I thought was very good, but you didn't like it because you told me that you didn't, you know, if they said draw a hand, you wanted it to look exactly like a hand. You didn't understand the artistic. I gotta run. It was nice meeting you, Roman. Have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by, Darla. It was so nice of you to come and visit with us. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I'm trying to figure out the right way to describe it. I think that if you made something, you wanted it to just be exact, because you're like black and white. You couldn't see like making a hand with 3 fingers, you know?
Yeah, like nowadays I could just easy.
For what?
Like I could make it in like 10 seconds.
Make
like
what in 10
a
seconds?
hand. So I'd put a circle here. One.
Oh, just look. See, they can't see what you're doing, so you have to describe what
Yeah,
you're
I'm just
doing.
showing you, Mom, so you understand. And you can't. I know I like to air draw things, but
So here, draw it for them so they can know what you were saying, because
Yeah.
they cannot see your hands.
yeah. So just a circle. One, like that.
So
I am not a good artist.
it's not that you're not good. I think that you're just more black and white and you don't understand why. Like, let's draw a hand. Why? You know, you always would ask why. Why do I need to do that? You know, let's make a pot. Why? I don't need a pot. You know, that was kind of your response.
Yeah.
You like things that have a definite answer. I've struggled with finding a hobby or passion. It's hard for people to shop for me because my interests change a lot. Hi. Yeah, Joseph, we can relate to that. Roman is really, really hard to shop for as well.
I don't like shopping.
Well, what about like at Christmas? This is what we're talking about, your birthday.
Oh yeah, Christmas, birthday, no idea.
Yeah, it's the same way because there's
Basically gifts cards at this point.
well, now it's even just cash because you don't
Oh,
spend
yeah.
the gift card.
Yeah,
This
it's
Christmas
better
came.
economy. I mean economical self. I meant economical self.
This Christmas rolled around, and Roman's like, "Look, I still have my Amazon gift card from last Christmas." And I think he had 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, "Holy cow, you have a lot of money there." I know.
Yeah,
So,
kids these days.
Yes, we can definitely relate to that. And, you know, Roman's interests aren't necessarily things that you could buy him something for. Like, you love space, but you go and just look up the facts online that you want to
Yeah.
learn about.
Yeah, you don't really need many books at this point in life. You might need some, but
Well, you enjoy books when they give you facts, but a storybook is a little bit harder for you, right?
yeah.
There have been stories that you've read that you liked. You liked Hunger Games, right? Loved Hunger Games.
Oh yeah.
Over the summer you read, what was it called? The Insurgent series? I didn't
Divergent.
read
Last year. That was
Yeah.
in the winter.
I didn't read those books, but you said you liked those.
Oh yeah, they were great.
But you know, not all stories are easy. But even aside from books, like this year you got a new gaming chair because we really couldn't think of anything else. Loved Hunger Games. Me too. I want to say that's probably one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
the gaming
books, too.
chair was amazing. It is comfortable.
But sometimes it's hard to think up something. You know, we kind of look around and we're like, what can we use? And last year you got the driving thing, right? You had
Yeah, race car.
yeah, so
Chair.
we had the game Forza, I think, which is a race car game, and then we got the remote control that's the chair and the foot pedals and the
Yeah,
steering
the
wheel.
steering wheel and foot pedals were gone. And then we got the chairs.
Not trying
and-
to make it about me, but love writing movies and plays.
Now, sometimes I just drive it.
Yeah, you like to do that. So Joseph, that's my passion. He says he likes to write plays. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe he would want like special pens or a special notebook or something to write all those in. I know it's not expensive, but so, and you're not making it about yourself. This is all about, you know, getting different perspectives and the interaction back and forth, you know. Roman was looking for other YouTube channels where there were autistic people kind of doing what he's doing and kind of talking about what it's like to live with autism. And it wasn't as easy as you would think to find that. There were a lot of stations where like parents were talking about their children who were autistic, but there wasn't a lot with the autistic person by themselves. Oh, are you looking forward to driving?
No. I like it in video games, but I mess up a lot in gaming even.
So what do you
And
worry?
so I'm afraid because one mess up and you're dead in driving.
You're inspiring Joseph to be himself on YouTube. Isn't that awesome?
Oh.
That's awesome. If there are people watching this, and you know, they could be watching it on playback in the future. If there are people watching who are autistic and are afraid to put it out there, or who hadn't thought to put it out there, I think that you could build a really nice autism family on YouTube is bad because it's just parents. Yeah, that's what we noticed too, Joseph. It's like the parents go on. I didn't want to do that. Now, I have talked about Roman before, but I didn't want my station to be about living with an autistic child. I think that he should tell his story from his perspective, and it would be nice to have other people out there doing, other autistic people out there doing it too. You could build a really nice community for yourselves, you know, find each other. So my YouTube channel is Strings and Threads, and we have a really nice yarn community, like community of people who like to crochet, people who like to knit. And gosh, I've met a lot of friends on YouTube that way. And I think that the autism community could be the same way, where people could find each other and make a connection and ask each other for advice and talk about different things that they're going through. And maybe you've gone through it, maybe you haven't, you know, but you could, you know, gain a new perspective from that. So I don't know. I'd encourage, I know I'm talking, it should be Roman saying that, but I think I would encourage you, Joseph, to go ahead and, you know, show yourself and find your community. What do you think?
Yes.
Do you want to talk more on that? Because tell everyone what you were looking for. You were trying to find searches, right?
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit.
So I was trying to find people who about the so like their own
think that's a
just
great
like
idea.
my channel is, but there was like,
What's your YouTube handle? Like you're at, it's Roman from Autism, and then there's a number after it. I don't know what the number is, but if you look up Roman from My Life with Autism, I think it tells you the handle on their channel. Is that correct?
yes.
So, okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, so I just looking for them, but I really couldn't find anything that's good.
Oh, my handle. Okay, I'm sorry. Mine is called Strings and Threads. There's no numbers after it. It's just Strings and Threads, all one word. I'm sorry, I thought you were asking about Romans.
Yeah, so yeah, no one out there, and so I'm like, this makes it harder to communicate and get ideas.
Yeah,
And
because
give
you were
them
hoping to
ideas.
have a community, right, where you can all share ideas and talk. But most of what we see out there are parents talking about their children. Now, we are doing that right now. You know, we're doing parent and child interview, but he does have his own station and he talks about his own things. So, I don't know. It would be good, right, to have that. So, did anybody else have any other questions?
Not that I know of. But we'll see.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if we said everything, maybe we should wrap it up.
Yeah. How do you exit a live stream?
Probably hit the X there.
Yeah.
But you should say goodbye before you hit the
But-
X.
Bye. I'll probably see you sometime soon.
Well, maybe you could do a live stream by yourself if you feel confident.
Yeah.
This first one was good.
I
to
may
do
or may
together.
not have a video on this Sunday, but I'll do videos. And I was sorry I wasn't there for the last couple weeks. I was out of ideas.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to think of what to say, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if you are someone out there who's autistic and you have a channel or you're thinking of starting a channel, you know, maybe you could connect with Roman and maybe you guys could build something. So it was great. Thank you, Roman and Heather. Thank you, Denise, for watching. Thank you for stopping by.
And thank you to all of my viewers.
Yes, yes. So I guess we'll wrap it up. And if we do another live stream, or if you do another live stream by yourself, you'll just post about it.
Oh, one more question.
Oh, yeah, sure. One more question. Joseph has one more question. Thank you for coming on, Roman. It was nice to meet you today. I'm really proud of you and how brave you are. Jake, that was nice. Nice to meet you, Roman. Excuse me. Bye for now. Bye. Bye for now. Yep. We'll wait for one more question from Joseph and then we'll log off. It will show up. Might just take a minute. You have to be quick on these live streams, I think, if you put a comment or a question in. I think you have to be quick. So we'll give him time. Sometimes you need time.
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes, sorry that I skip a week. So.
If I already have a YouTube and don't want to start a new one, how should I say it? Do you have advice for him if he has a YouTube channel but he doesn't want to start a new one?
Hey, you can just start making videos on it. And even if you change your mind about making a new one, you can just subscribe to your new one on your old one.
Oh, so you're saying you should make a new one so that you can...
Yeah, and you have an extra subscriber towards
monetization about autism.
Oh.
Well, what's the name of your channel again? So I think he's saying that he has a station already, so it's just Joseph Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you can make it whatever you want. You can just start talking about... Roman knew when he started his that he wanted to talk about autism, so he named it Roman from My Life with Autism. But there's no reason, right, why he couldn't just start doing videos about autism.
Can't hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.